Oh, yeah, everybody was coming. And don't worry, the remarks are going to be brief. I'm going to say a little bit. Judge Gayle's going to say a little bit. David Smith's going to say a little bit. Then we're going to call the docket. When I accidentally became a judge in 1995, I got my portrait up on the wall in there, pretty quick, and I thought, well, this doesn't make a lot of sense because, what did I do to get up there? I'm like all the other lawyers around. But I learned the story that Wiley Thomas, those photographs are a product of Wiley Thomas's mind. And whether he was trying to gain favor with somebody, but anyway, he paid for all the photographs back in the, whatever it started, 60s or 70s.
It had to be the early 70s or the 60s.
Yeah, so anyway, but I thought it wasn't fair that all the other people who make this courthouse what it is don't have any kind of commemoration. Well, that includes clerks and everybody that works in the courthouse, but we just decided, let's commemorate the lawyers who passed through here. And it's kind of who's a Brazoria County lawyer and who's not, because there's some who practiced in both counties, like Junior Orr's on this list because he lived in Sweeney, but he practiced a lot in Matagorda too. His partner, Hardin, who died a long time ago, practiced both, but he was primarily Matagorda, so we didn't include him. But it's a floating list, and I think David Smith's going to make some comments about how if we left anybody off, we'll add it on there. In fact, we've got 3 handwritten names on here we're going to add. And Judge Gayle and I are going to take turns reading the names. It's how we thought to do this. So anyway, I'm going to let Judge Gayle make some comments and David, and then we'll just call the roll. And if we call somebody's name and you're still alive, let us know. There was one irreverent comment, maybe from somebody named Brooks Bass, that we should call this the Dead Lawyers Society, like that movie, The Dead Poets Society. So that, you never know.
Thank you, Judge Hardin. I'm not going to speak very long. I know you find that hard to believe, but when Judge Hardin asked me to do this, he's been working on this for quite a while, by the way, and this is his baby. And I think it was a great idea because we all know some of the names of these old lawyers that have gone on, but the only way you can find them is look in the individual files. And that's not fair because they need to be commemorated. And after today, they'll have a permanent record, and if anyone thinks of anyone else that they can add to the list, there'll be a means to add it through the Bar Association, so there'll always be a permanent record of all the lawyers that have come through Brazoria County that were members of the bar that practiced here. I want to thank Judge Hardin for allowing me the opportunity to say a few words and to read this list. The only thing is, I hope you can see me over this bench because I'm sitting, he put me down real low. But I'm used to being short, so that doesn't matter. Thank you, Judge.
Dave?
Thank you. Very briefly, on behalf of the Brazoria County Bar Association, thank you all for coming to attend. Thank you very much to Judge Hardin, Judge Gayle for setting this up. Judge Mills and I were talking about a way to look to commemorate the various members that we've had that have so impacted not only the Bar Association throughout the years, but the various members, the citizens of Brazoria County, from Class C's to the first-degree felonies, how everyone has impacted and helped them through the process. And this is a way to, as you said, to permanently add it. They get chronicled not only on our website, but Google saves all this information. And once someone passes away, they're moved from the active directory that we have, and we didn't have a means to remember everyone by. And so we have created, and thank you for this opportunity, we have created a bar page on the 4 members. If you go to the brazoriabar.org website and you click on 4 members, you will see a page that's in memoriam. On that page, we can update, as we get the updated information, the various members that we have lost throughout the times. And also at the very bottom, if you scroll to the very bottom, you'll be able to log in with just your name, an email, or your Facebook account or your Google account. You can log in and leave a comment. Please, an appropriate comment, a fond memory of an attorney or 2 or 3 or 4 but it's a wonderful way to not only remember the people's names and their memories, but a fond memory of seeing them in action, seeing them in practice, of how they've impacted Brazoria County for the better. So thank you all very much. Thank you again for setting this up, and please go to the website, leave a fond memory. Thank you.
You know, we kicked around the idea of letting people in the audience make comments about the lawyers on this list, but we realized that starting with Wiley Thomas, it'd take 3 days for everybody. There's thousands of stories about all these people on here. And a lot of people participated in coming up with this list, and it's just got modified again today. But Judge Gayle, Judge Ogden Bass particularly, Brooks, Sam Lee, Jim Bradford, and other people collaborated on this to make sure we hopefully didn't list any names of people within the living memory of anybody. I mean, there's obviously, there have been lawyers here since 1836, and we don't have those 1800s guys on here, but we've got some pretty far back people. And we wanted Judge Ogden Bass to be here today, but he just wasn't able to be. But he's here in spirit, and so he's a huge part of the history of this county, the legal history of this county, and every other way. So I'm gonna read the names in the first column, and then Judge Gale's gonna go, and then I guess we'll split the third column somewhere or another. And again, if you're here, say here. Judge Alton Arnold, Elizabeth Armstrong, Bill Barrow, Bill Bandy, Justice Sam Bass Jr., one of my former partners. William Lynn Bennett was an addition today that we were told about by Dominic. Kenneth Bing, Robert Bing, Bill Bittner, Judge James Blackstock, Judge David Bonin, Channing Bradshaw, Judge Red Brewer, Charlie Brett, Roy Brown. There are two names that there are lots of stories about those. J.P. Bryan, big part of the history of Brazoria County. Bobby Burkhart, Judge Neil Caldwell, just a great person, a great judge. A.C. Calhoun, Jim Cope, Steve Coleman, Wayne Colvin, Guy Crouch, that's A.G. Crouch's father. Bert Crowder, lots of stories there. Cleveland Davis, same thing. John Davis, Thad Davis, Al Deere, who was an FBI agent who captured Pretty Boy Floyd back in the 30s. Got hired by the FBI, assigned him to, when they were building the Dow chemical plant, he was assigned there for national security. And one of the Dows met him and liked him, so they hired him to run the security department at Dow Chemical. So he did that. He was a lawyer also. Jerry Dozier and Judge Floyd Enlow.
Dave Evans, Robert Farmer, Jerry Farah, Raymond Fields, Louis Follett, Dominic Gerard, Judge Garvin Germany, Ralph Gilbert, Paul W. Griggs, Judge Thurman Gupton, Judge G.P. Hardy, Emma Harris, Jack Harris, John Henderson, Otto Hewitt, Richard Higgins, Wayne Holder, Bill Howe, Marita Ermiter, W.B. Jackson, Marvin Knopp, Leland Key, Carol Kelly, Judge Tom Kenyon, Marshall Knapp, Elliot Knott, Bill Langworthy, Sam Lee, Frank Lima.
Okay, I'll read about half the third column, and you take it from there.
Okay, just tell me when you stop.
Yes, sir. Phil Loughborough, Hugh Lucas, Jay Mallard, Jim Maple, Judge A. Ray Mason, Carlos Masterson, Richard McEllier, Stan McGee, Tom McMichael, Henry Mingarelli, Judge Mylan Munson, Robert Newton, Bob Newton, William A. Orr Jr., Junior Orr, J.W. Patton, I think that's misspelled, I think it's a P, it's an E-M, I'm not sure. Franklin Perry, Senator Jimmy Phillips, Hank Prejean. Oh, I'm sorry, you kicked him there. I can't count. So that'd be Rux would be next.
Gary McConnell. Gary was left off originally, and we all wondered how you could have forgotten Gary McConnell.
I skipped him there, I'm sorry.
Gary's the one that called me a short SOB in court one time, and I told him, don't ever call me short. A.R. Rux, E.S. Sanson, Lloyd Stansberry, Judge Alan Stilley, Stanton Stone, Wiley Thomas, Judge O.G. Welburn, Frank Waltermeyer, Bobby Williams, Bruce Willis, Fred Wilson, Judge Anthony Willey, Bill Yarbrough. That's all right.
Anybody in here think of somebody we left off? There'll be an opportunity.
Caesar Galley.
Wallace Wilson.
We had him somewhere, we had Wallace down, we got left off. So,
Hang on 1 second.
Galley.
Yeah, I didn't see him. Who was the other one? Wallace Wilson. Okay.
Yeah, we added Wallace, at least, informally, but somehow he got left off. Okay. Well, I think that concludes these proceedings, but please hang around and let's visit. We can tell stories while we're doing that. Thank you very much.